TLO, what's poppin'? Well, man, I'm on Twitch. It is not live, though, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, man. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Today, damn, today is Documentary Monday. This is the second documentary I've done today. Y'all see I got a list over here. I'm just going to run through them all, and that's going to be it. And then I'm going to restart this list. So when y'all sending me suggestions and y'all DMing me on Instagram, which is what I prefer, but be following me, because if you're not following me, I'm not even going to lie. You know, you're trying to get the 2K followers over there. Please. Bless me. Anyway, Britain's Teenage Knife Wars. Jermaine Jenas investigates. Okay, we'll get into it. I love the BBC intros. Pause.
So what
Pause.
did you do to protect yourself?
Pause.
You're saying people want you dead. What was it?
I'm Jermaine Jenas, ex-footballer and pundit, and I'm going to explore the rise in knife crime that's devastating lives across our nation.
Oh my God.
Tributes have been paid to a 15-year-old boy who was stabbed to death outside.
A 17-year-old died from a stab wound to the heart.
A knife or blade was used in a crime every 16 minutes.
Two teenagers have been seriously injured in a suspected stabbing in Nottingham last night.
YouTube, I don't condone any of this. I'm just giving my points and views from a perspective of a Chicago dude. That's all. Relax.
Though knife crime is a problem across the UK, there's been a spike in Nottingham, where I was born and bred.
We're seeing more severe stab wounds.
Oh,
I know people that have been stabbed meters away from my house, and our community doesn't really exist.
I hear about my city, so I've come back to find out why there's been a rise in knife crime here.
This is how it all ends up. Somebody losing a son, a friend. It creates hate.
I want to see what can be done to stop the violence and the killing.
I got that same knife, but in red. I use it to cut fish, steaks. And this is not funny. This is not a joke. This is a serious matter, but I'm just saying. That is a machete.
Football changed my life. It gave me incredible opportunities. I played for Premiership clubs in my country, all around the world. For me, that journey began here, in my hometown.
Nottingham.
You hear about knife crime, I think until you physically see it, that's when it hits you. And I remember going into the barber shop, and I used to park my car just like around the corner. I saw this guy who was literally just squatted down in an alleyway. Had a balaclava on, 4 or 5 of them kind of rush around the corner. They all have my jewellery, their weapons on them, and obviously your immediate reaction is just that you're stiffing up, you're gonna fight, but you just can't. You're helpless.
They did that to you? Did he say they did that to him?
It was scary because you feel like you have an element of control. You've made it from a tough area to go and play for your club. I mean, I captained Forest when I was like 17. There's a respect level that you get from that. You walk around the city, grown men respect you, young kids look up to you.
That's a fact.
That just completely neutralised it. All of a sudden, you'll know it again because...
Yeah. That'll neutralize it because nobody cares. Some people look at you as a lick. You will come up to some people.
You know, these people that are carrying these weapons, they got no respect for anybody. And that was the time where I properly fell out of love with Nottingham. I grew up in Clifton, which is way down there somewhere in the distance, but robbery was the thing. Yeah, but that robbery has now turned into murders. And I didn't come from the privileged position that I'm in now. It was me and my mum, and there was times where bailiffs come knocking on the door, but I was fortunate to have good friends, good family.
Had good structure. That's why you made it out.
So when you go around to interview people, will they have knives on them? Have you know?
Probably. I want to see what these guys are just like. Do they just roll around and just be like, yeah, I got a knife?
Do I need to be worried about this?
I'm hoping, to be fair, that there's a level of respect for somebody like myself, being from Nottingham, who's
Sir.
You know, prepared to take an interest in what they're doing. Because I personally think it only ends in a couple of ways, and none are good.
Yeah, that's
Jail
true.
or death.
Yeah. As a parent, to think that your child is going to go out and that might happen. Really, really scary to me.
It's a brave boy.
This
right
fear
there.
has become a reality for some.
I feel so.
Let niggas know right now, I will not be doing that in Chicago. I don't care. If you're not from there, don't go there. That's the sayings. That's what you do. That's the lifestyle around here. Period.
Heartbroken when I come up here to the cemetery and I look at my child.
R.I.P. man.
I always say, why?
Trisha's son died from a knife attack after being robbed only yards from their front door.
This must be tough.
Start off light.
You know,
With
my
the
son is
parents.
only 27 years of age.
Oh, wow.
And I really, really miss him. And he shouldn't be here. You know, I have been robbed of so many things. Grandchildren, love and all this sort of things that family
really-
will do.
That is sad to hear a mother's grief that has outlived her son. That's pretty sad.
He was a DJ. And he would always play the music so loud upstairs. Two brothers fighting.
Yeah.
I miss that. The house is so quiet.
It's the simple things of
The simple
having
things.
two sons grow up together. and just,
Exactly. He wasn't in any fighting. He wasn't in any gangs. He wasn't dealing. He was an innocent party in what happened to him.
Yeah, I'm a parent. I've got 3 girls, luckily enough, and just the thought sort of go through your head of what this must be like for you to have to stand here when he was taken so young.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't bring myself to even contemplate, to be honest with you.
No. There's so many mothers out there who is going through the same thing.
Shit.
It's got to
Got
stop.
the chills. It's chilling to hear that type of stuff. The city of Nottingham saw a 25% spike in knife crime from May 2015 to May 2016. The Home Office. Okay.
I smoked weed as a young gun. Now my mind ceased to function proper. I walk with my hand on a chopper, thinking I could easily stick my knife in your windpipe.
Can you give me a reason as why there's been such a rise in knife crime in Nottingham?
I dug out a stat that showed that 1 in every 25 crimes across Nottingham involved a knife. And I think what that shows is that there's almost this culture of carrying a knife across the city.
Damn.
Ben is a former...
I always say, man, like, to me, looking from a Chicago input, you got to be a different type of person to be able to shank somebody. That's tough. To actually feel the flesh and the all the stuff that goes with that, like the sound, it's just ugh. You know what I'm saying? It sounds disgusting.
Former Nottingham crime journalist who has reported on knife attacks across the city.
Every time we made that call to the police, they'd say, it's a knife crime incident. It's a stabbing, it's a slashing, it's a threatening with a knife. You speak to communities and you realise how scared people are in their own homes that this is happening on their streets. This used to be BZR, it's now been shut down. One of the reasons it got shut down was this particular incident. 2 sets of punters.
As a club?
One turns around and hits the other one with a bottle. As he's being removed by the bouncers, the guy who's been hit by the bottle stabs the bouncer in the back.
Oh.
What was the sentence that they got?
I believe he got 4 years in the end, which I don't think the victims were entirely happy about.
Well, you wouldn't be, would you? I mean, you're stabbed in the back by a knife when you're trying to, well, just do your job.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, the clubs we go out here, like, the bouncers get shot. The bouncers really get shot. It's like, just recently, one of the bouncers that we used to that we used to know, he got shot. He lived in that incident, but there was another one at a bar called Soundbar. He got shot. He died. There's a few more, like this is downtown Chicago, downtown with the skyscraper. You know what I'm saying? The bouncers have a tough job out there, everywhere, because you don't really know who you talking to. And you don't know how they going to take anything you say to them, especially out here. Well, okay. I'll be back. And YouTube, I don't condone any of that. I'm just telling the story.
So we're right in the centre of town. Saturday night, this place would be absolutely heaving with people. Just
I
out
used to
here
be one of them.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're on about. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is also the scene where Joshua Bradley, who was 19.
A side note, a few of my guys are bouncers. They used to love when we used to come to their clubs because they know we had their back too. You know, they get into it with that person. We looking like, bro, you walk away, man. Because it's not that. Because we know what could happen out there.
Lost his life when a dispute got out of hand, and guy ends up with a fatal stab wound. The police records say that the man who stabbed him, he was actually bragging about holding a knife. Often it's petty disputes that lead to bigger issues, so they escalate. And we've got to be fair, it's young lads, anything from 14, even younger, through to about 25, who are involved in 99% of these incidents.
Nearly 100 10 to 17-year-olds were caught with blades outside schools and damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
After weeks of negotiation, I've managed to get a meeting with a schoolboy who carries a knife.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just going to look in their eyes and it's just going to be just hate. And then how do you get that back?
Sometimes it's not even like
Chris,
that, though.
Not his real name, will only meet me at a secret location with his identity concealed.
We got do-rag over us.
Are you in
balaclava?
the gang?
No, I'm not in the gang. I've just got a close group of friends. It's called my brethren, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you touch my brethren, then I'm going to touch you.
Do you feel more confident?
Feel that?
Like when you've got your knife on you?
I feel like Superman.
You feel like Superman?
Yeah, I know that I could damage to someone. I know that I can defend myself.
Have you got one on your nut?
Oh, I've got one still.
Can we see it?
I see it still. Can't you see it? You're getting better, innit?
Where we are now, you must feel safe.
Shit, not necessarily. Too big slows the pause. God, never mind.
What about if you dipped into like the city centre?
I've got to carry a shank.
You have to.
Period, yes.
Why is that?
Because no lacking.
First of all, I can't see someone that I've got a problem with for not doing nothing to them. That's got to make me look like a bitch, innit? If I don't do nothing to them, they're going to do something to me. So it's either eat or be eaten, innit?
You know, you're having to
Dog
walk
eat
around with a
dog.
knife. Have you used it? Have you stabbed somebody before?
Yeah, stab man store and then walking away, cool. All of that, thinking, oh yeah, shit, I just stabbed someone for the first time.
And have you been stabbed yourself?
I've been shot a couple of times, just like there, innit?
Right in the rib?
Yeah. Hospital for a weekend, innit?
So you did go to hospital?
Yeah, quite a long time still.
Would you have faith that if you'd have told the police that they would have found him and done something about it?
I ain't no snitch, so I won't tell the police.
Where did it start? What triggered it?
The beef has escalated just when I started talking. He's decided to bring arms to me, so obviously I had to back myself. So, not going to stop. And then if I put him in hospital,
then it's going to carry on.
He's going to want to put me back in hospital.
Eye for an eye.
At that moment, you decided that's it, I'm carrying.
I would love to have a fist-to-fist fight with the shoot. But I can't, innit? Like, he's not going to want to have a fist-to-fist fight with me back. If I roll up to him at life.
So I'm telling you, man, that's what ended it in Chicago, man. When that first person ever got popped at a fist-to-fist fight, that's what y'all call it. A one-on-ones, when they shoot the ones, it's over with. I remember the transition now, man.
I need to pull out a knife. What do I do? I'm not going to run away and look like a pussy.
How did you get hold of this knife?
All I've got to do is just go downstairs and open the top drawer. It's big. So that's touching my organs, isn't it?
So it's what? Touching man's organs?
Yeah.
So it's not just a harming situation, you're doing it to kill?
It's kill or be killed, isn't it? Like, if I kill man, like kill them, but they just need to be taught a lesson.
What would a lesson area be?
Right in their torso.
Right in the torso?
Right in their torso.
So we're a lesson area.
What scares me is like you're the next generation. You're saying words like, this is it. You know, it's kill or be killed. Basically, it's just, this is the end type thing. And at your age, you shouldn't be thinking like that.
If I die today, next year, the only person that's going to remember me is my mum. I can tell you that now.
I feel the same way. My mom, my brother.
It was scary to see the mindset of someone so young, prepared to just lose everything, lose his life. There was nothing that was going to stop him, and all this started from an argument. I mean, we all had arguments at school. Everyone had arguments at school, but didn't get stabbed because of it.
After hearing about Chris's deadly feud with his rival, I wanted to find out about the damage that was being done with knives.
Oh, so he went to the... Okay. My boy really took a deep dive into this.
I come to the Queen's Medical Centre, Nottingham, one of the biggest and busiest trauma centres in the UK.
We're seeing more severe stab wounds.
Busiest trauma centres in the UK.
We're seeing more severe stab wounds. Attempted maiming.
The nurses, as always.
So trying to divide a nerve so the leg doesn't work, or even an abdominal stab wound, which we may end up having to bring the bowel out onto the surface into a bag, into a stoma. That's life-changing.
That is the worst. Colostomy bag, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's the worst. It could be worse, like your life, but that's
people.
You got a clean butthole for the rest of your life, but I mean, I'd rather just doo-doo.
We've had a few where we've still had the knife in situ, and we have to work.
Well, you don't have to get up and go to the bath.
Work around that. We can't pull that knife out down here. Is it actually squashing a blood vessel so it's not bleeding? If we pull it out here, will it suddenly start to bleed an awful lot?
I was talking to a young fella called Chris. Carries a knife, openly uses it. And one of the things he said to me was, he doesn't always stab to kill. And I was like, well, what are you aiming for when you say you don't stab to kill? And the first thing he said was the torso.
If you stab someone in the torso, you have a significant chance of severe damage to somebody, either killing them, if you stab anywhere near the heart, permanently maiming them, requiring them to have major surgery,
$150,
or dividing a big blood vessel. So this is a CT.
I thought he was about to tell us the non-life-threatening area. Hold on, that is not funny. Let me stop.
Scan. And
This is not funny, but my thought process was funny because I thought he was really about to tell us where.
A kid, a teenager, came in not very long ago. Can you see this? That line?
Yeah.
That's the track of the knife. This is one of the big blood vessels. This blood vessel carries 1.5 litres of blood a minute.
Wow.
End of the knife's here. That's where the knife went.
And it hit that vessel?
Hit that vessel. What you can't see is it went through that vessel and went into the other vessel that sits behind it. That carries 4 or 5 litres of blood a minute.
Oh my.
That's the result of stabbing the torso.
What's the youngest you've had to deal with?
Teenagers, the 13, 14-year-olds who are, unfortunately, involved in stuff that you just wish that they weren't anywhere near at that age. We still think we're bomb-proof and bulletproof when we're young. Psychologically, it affects some people big time, but other people will just say, oh, fine, look at me, I got stabbed and got on with it, and
Nah, bro. Psychologically, yeah, I got PTSD from shit that occurred to me. So I know it. Getting actually hit and it gotta mess with you. You on a swivel 24/7 now.
I'm going back
if
out.
You wasn't.
Hence, the repeat people who've been stabbed more than once. Most of the people who are coming in with stab wounds.
If you get stabbed more than 4 times, you gotta retire. It's not for you, the street life. Just retire, just move. You can't retire, let me stop. Move. You gotta go to a new neighborhood, like a new area of your country.
Either drug-related,
another
gang
town.
related. And we do have, quite often support with police around if there is a real or imminent threat.
Okay.
An underworld
I don't know if I told y'all, if y'all have any suggestions on what I should be watching, please, when y'all suggest it, leave the link so I can click the link and save it to my watch later. It's the easiest way I found out to do, because now all of a sudden I'm getting like hundreds of requests a day. So please, even if you DM me on Instagram, do the same thing.
Fixer.
Follow my Instagram link in the bio.
Has arranged for me to meet with 3 gang members. I was nervous, but I needed to meet them to find out about the weapons they used and the gangs in the city. The first thing I asked was about the gang feuds across Nottingham.
There's definitely strong rivalries around the city from certain areas to areas. You've got Radford, Meadows, St Anne's and a couple of other areas that have got reputations of being rough areas.
How old was you when you first started carrying knives?
40, yeah, 14, 15.
It's about the age you go to high school and you start getting beef and niggas start disliking you.
As an individual carrying a knife has come from my film, what someone might do to me, so do something to them first. All you have to get is a hint of danger.
What is that he got?
I'm gonna wait in a box to see if this person's gonna attack me first. You know what I'm saying? You start to survive. There's people that want to die. You know, it's just life.
Real deal stepper put my toe on that boy. Y'all seen that Nardo Wick, the new one? This is the one 21 Savage had on the man. Alright.
So what would you do to protect yourself? You're saying people want you dead. What was it?
Just pulled that from like the side of his. What if he sliced off a piece of turkey off his leg? Like.
So
then he got a lint roller on the other side.
Like, you class it as your protection. You pulled it out. People getting scared of you. I mean, this is.
No, he double time.
So I mean, this is for you, literally. Like, you class it as your protection. You pulled it out. People getting scared, obviously. You must have been in situations.
That thing brand new. It still got the tag on it. Never used it.
You pulled it out. People getting scared, obviously. You must
look.
have.
Brand new. Tag still on it. Y'all see the tag? Oh man, y'all not fooling nobody, dude.
Been in situations where you've had to use it.
Yeah, I just walk around the house, carry my drugs, try my money, do my thing. And jumped out the car and there's 5 of them, I can't do nothing. They filmed me and then obviously took my shit. Obviously I've seen one of them like 3 or 4 days later and I just stabbed him in it. Just one of them.
Did you feel that's give you more respect now? Where you're from?
I don't know. Maybe he could be telling the truth, but that's maybe with not that particular machete though. Still got the tag on it. Not a stain on it or nothing. Like, you can't clean blood off of paper. That
walk on the block. I've seen a couple people, but nobody wants to check.
It might just be like, okay, I knew I'm doing this interview. Let me go get a brand new, you know what I'm saying? Let me go get a brand new joint. Just like you get a haircut, you get some new clothes. Like, I'm finna be on TV. Like, that's what maybe.
Disrespect, because they don't want to talk to me about it. Because I'm the madman, you get me? I'll chop them off the bastards, don't watch them, you get me? It's life, isn't it? It's life. Bastards, don't watch them, you get me?
Look at his boys looking at him. Like, stop capping. I'm not saying that he capping completely, but that night brand new. Y'all seen what I seen. Come on.
It's life, isn't it? It's life. I'm not trying to die on these roads, you know.
Do you feel like somebody's...
I hear him though. He's talking for real.
This is just like safety tool, isn't it? You wouldn't leave the house without clothes, so this is like the same thing. You feel naked. One time, someone's come to my house, knock on my door, and try to bottle me.
What's that?
No, I've had to pull out something, chase him out the road, and chop him at the bus station. Revenge is the biggest thing. I mean, sometimes it's hard not to take revenge. I didn't choose this. I was born in this. I mean, from day dot, I've seen things where it just became normal for me to grow up and do these sort of things myself.
If you're a kid, yeah, and you see someone come into your house and put a shit on the table, you're an adult, it's not abnormal to you. You've just seen that as a kid. So why is that going to shock you in any way?
Yeah, it's become normalized. No shock value. Just like to me, if somebody come to my house or I go somewhere and I see a gun, it's like, yeah. Okay.
You lost any friends through basically this life?
I've lost quite a few friends, yeah. I had one close friend to me who was murdered in school days. It definitely affected my perspective going forward after that.
You see, the more friends I lose, it makes me more hard-headed. Begin to lock off from certain things.
If you could get out, would you get out?
Yeah, if I could, within a heartbeat.
I can't believe that, if we left this life right now and stopped carrying a tool, someone who is carrying a tool, they're still going to come for us. Because their beef had dropped with us, our beef had dropped with them, but it's not the way around, is it? And obviously all of us through here.
Hey, bro, looking down at the knife, he still got the machete out with the tag on it. He's looking down like, hey, bro, don't use that to point at me. You don't want to say it, but I can see it in your eyes, Jermaine, that's what you feel.
The system don't work. I mean the court system, I mean the prison system, I don't really think it's designed to rehabilitate like it's supposed to.
Facts.
Put back out on the streets, you know, exact same problems, exact same places, you know what I'm trying to say?
And sometimes they put an more evil being out there. Or a more seasoned criminal out there because, shoot, you go to jail, you find out how to do a lot of things, man. You got a bunch of criminals around you, a bunch of killers around you. Now I'm taking advice. You can only reform if you want to be reformed in jail. That's it.
So why is it you think knife crime is so high in Nottingham?
The kids that are younger who are carrying the knives, making rash moves, stabbing each other. School kids killing each other. Just want to prove themselves to the elders, you know what I mean, to get in with their clique. Once you get caught or you do something really bad, you kill somebody, it's going to change your life forever. I'm trying to say there's no going back on that. 90% of kids here, 17 and under here, the average knife is one that got out of the mum's kitchen drawer here. Not got a proper knife.
My mans can really put that brand new blade away.
When it stops someone, it probably bends or snaps or goes somewhere where it shouldn't go. People die, people don't know what they're doing.
I know I speak from a privileged position.
Like, no. Like, this guy right here, I hear him. He's speaking from a place of truth, and I've been here before. I've done these things. But that knife in particular, you have not done nothing with, is what I'm saying. I want to clarify this. That one that you're holding, it still got the tag on it. You about to return it after the interview.
Position as an ex-footballer, but I'm realizing that some of these youngsters are a product of their environment and can feel they need to use violence in order to survive.
Now this one got some work on it. Look at the bottom. That stuff you can't clean.
I'm not sure we are doing enough to not just get the knives off the streets, but once some of them have been caught with knives, they felt like there was a golden moment, a golden point where they thought, I want to change, and I want to be different. And nobody was there for them. We wasn't there for them. And it's that moment where they just go, well, I might as well go back to doing what I was doing before, because I know at least my crew or my people, they're going to be there for me.
There's another way out, man.
I wanted to see what help was available to stop kids from carrying knives.
Okay.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about knife crimes. I just want to talk to you about...
Baz is a former gang member who managed to get out. For him, the solution isn't prison. It's educating the young before the problem starts.
If you get into a fight with knives, it only takes one hit to your life is gone.
Yeah, for someone not to get stabbed in the space of a week is a rare thing. I know people that have been stabbed meters away from my house, and our community doesn't really exist.
After the school session, Baz told me how his boxing career was cut short in his youth.
I don't know if I showed y'all, but last week, outside my front door, there was 10 shots fired. I don't know if I showed y'all that on... Nah, because it's too close to my house. I don't want people to know where I live. But yeah, 10 shots fired. Heard it, went back to sleep.
following a knife attack.
I'm coming out of a club. Man just like kind of surrounded me, pulled his cleaver out. I want your watch, I want this, that and the other. And it was my dad's watch, you know what I mean? And my dad had just passed away from a stroke. So I went, nah, you're not having it. So he just went like that with a cleaver. It was coming from my head. And I put my hands up like this and it just went straight through that hand, man. And then he went again. I went there and went straight through my hand there, do you know what I mean? I'm looking at my hands and my hands are like hanging off, man. You know what I mean? There's blood gushing out. I thought I could box again, but you know, unfortunately, every time I was hitting a bag, my hands would just swell up again, you know what I mean? And it was in a dark place.
Yeah, man, I feel that. I don't know if y'all can see these, but I got scars right here with both my hands. One is from somebody's tooth. He called me the N-word 10 times. I let it go the first 9 times. That 10th time, I couldn't take it. My soul couldn't take it no more. That was one. And then the second one was from a beer bottle. Somebody was trying to get jiggy with me. I never told y'all these stories, but I think this one right here is from a beer bottle, and this one's from the tooth. And every time I fight, my hands get swollen now. And then I got into a fight right here where this knuckle was down here. So he's not lying.
People phoning me up and saying, yo,
wasn't hanging off.
Make an example of him and this, that and the other. And there's a lot of peer pressure going off there. And you know, for a young person to have to deal with all that is hard, man. And it's easy to make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
What we've done is we've put satellite boxing clubs like this one across areas of deprivation in Nottingham, especially the rival areas that tend to have, you know, issues with each other. Meadow, St Anne's and Radford, you know what I mean? Then they can integrate the kids from all 3 clubs through competition. By the time they get to an age where they could have any kind of rivalry or altercation, they're friends. We need to get out there, like we were there today, and educate these kids around it, you know what I mean? And stop them carrying knives, man, because they're losing their lives.
What do we do once
on the other side, by me playing devil's advocate, I get exactly what you're saying. You're doing a great thing. That you're stopping them from carrying, but you're not stopping everybody. So what if they end up on the other side one day of the, you know, of the blade? Could be tough, and y'all had that convo with them not to carry it, but you know, some people are just playing defense. Some people are literally just playing defense. I don't have this for no other reason, but just in case somebody pull up on me. YouTube, I'm not condoning any of this. I'm just playing devil's advocate for the compare and contrast. That's it.
These people have maybe served their time, they might have completely changed whilst they've been inside, or they might not.
I'm not saying I disagree or agree with anything.
Come back into society, what type of person have
now, I don't agree with his form back here. But
we got, and then what do we do with them?
You've got people that might be in gangs who've got a criminal record coming out of prison, and they need to re-engage in society. We give them support, which helps them with CVs, volunteering, social skills, life skills. Will help them into employment, training and education. What we want to do is give people a route out.
Talking to Baz got me thinking about Chris, the schoolboy knife user. I wanted to meet him again.
Chris is too far gone. He's been stabbed, he's got stabbed. Chris has to move, he has to relocate. Because he has ops. His ops will never let up. He can't let up because his ops will never let up. So nothing you say to Chris is going to get through him while he's living in the same spot he's living in my opinion.
On my way, I heard there had been a double killing in another part of the city.
2 men believed to be friends have been stabbed to death within 24 hours of one another in Nottingham. The second man had been hosting a party in memory of the first victim when he was killed.
Wow.
Sad. I mean, seriously sad. It's literally just happened. Brand new flowers, people visiting all the time. I mean, you can see people have been obviously having a drink to celebrate his life, but some of the notes are just like, I mean, obviously they're personal, but When you read them, they're heartbreaking. But this is the reality. This is real. You know, you can sit there and you can talk to as many people as you want.
The holy one?
This is how it all ends up. It ends up with somebody losing a son, somebody losing a father,
Dang.
a friend, you know, family members, and you know, there's repercussions as well from things like this. It creates hate. When you read these, it's like, I can't believe it's happened, and we love you and we missed you. But you can imagine each and every one of these people are feeling hurt, and they feel hatred to the person that's done it.
This is one of the most, this is very in-depth. And it's in his city, so he's taking everything very, very personal. You can like feel it when he's talking. He's genuinely hurt to see this
tragic
shit.
incident made me worry what might happen to Chris if he continued his feud with his rival. I wanted to see if he was ready to change.
No,
You know, we
you just seen him 2 days.
spoke about the beef that you had with the guy that stabbed you. Have you managed to find him, or are you still intent on finding this guy?
Still intent on finding him, innit? See them a couple of times, but I'm on some like nothing.
But you're still intending on stabbing him back and hurting him. There's got to be another way rather than walking around with knives every single day.
No, not really.
Are you carrying again, like today?
Yeah, of course.
That's completely different
Ooh,
to
he
the
got
one
a
I saw
new.
last time.
That's a zombie, huh? He got the ridges and whatnot. So YouTube, I don't condone it. I'm just saying, I see what's going on with the knife. No,
It's got its own special case and everything. That last time just seemed like he told me it was out the top drawer. in
he
the
on
kitchen.
business today.
That's gonna do some serious damage, Chris, man. If you land that in somebody, that's it. I mean,
Yeah, that mug
that's
ripping,
your
tearing,
life done.
all
That's
type
their
of-
life done instantly. You know that, don't you?
Where's only my life done if I got caught, innit? So, gotta take the risk, innit?
Is that what you're saying still then about your life, that it's kill or be killed?
Yes, at this
That's
point,
killing
yes,
somebody.
because he
The minute
got
that
beef.
goes in and comes out, you're dead. Are you prepared to die?
I'm prepared to die, but I just don't want to die. That's why I'm carrying a knife.
But you're prepared to die though. You know that.
You've got to die one day, innit? So.
I've been standing outside some railings today. Flowers everywhere, balloons, candles lit, people drinking, trying to celebrate someone's life. Right? To me, I think you've got the opportunity to make a decision before that happens.
Well, you know what you said, innit? Just how it is.
I'm wondering what's just holding you back from just
He gonna say exactly what I said, bro.
making that change in your life.
Same thing that's holding back millions of other youths, innit? Just feeling the need to be protected.
I suppose all I can do, I just wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, he said it in a lot less words, but like he feels the need to be protected because he's in a beef already. It's an existing beef. It's too late.
Hopefully, eventually, you make the right decision.
Yeah, I do hope so too, but
I can't help but think he's going to die. As simple as that. It's you know what I mean. You can't be walking around a street with a knife like that, and if it's not him, it's someone else. I mean, in this film, I spoke to bereaved parents. I've seen flowers and balloons on walls where people have died, and I don't know. It angers me when I see him carrying that knife, because that could be him stabbing someone's son, stabbing someone's daughter, stabbing a father. Just that blatant disregard for life pissed me off a bit, and I feel that it's he's probably one of thousands within the city. So kind of just shows you the task at hand.
Okay, what's statement? Let's let Nottingham Police has a dedicated knife crime team which focuses their efforts on targeted stop and search, test purchase operations, weapon sweeps, and targeting habitual knife carriers. Okay, like that's gonna do. We focus our efforts on increasing the chances that those who carry knives are caught and meaningful sanctions are imposed. Progress is being made through partnerships working to stop. In other words, Nottingham Police aren't doing anything. TLO, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your police on guard.